This diagram illustrates a staggering volume. The average American child now consumes over 30 gallons of sugary drinks every single year. That is enough liquid to completely fill a standard bathtub. We are evolutionarily hardwired to crave sweet things. For our ancient ancestors, seeking out natural sugars meant locating essential, life-sustaining energy. When we eat those sugars in their natural state, like fresh fruit, they come packaged with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. That packaging regulates how our bodies absorb the energy. The modern food environment strips away that biological packaging. We now extract the sugar, concentrate it, and suspend it in liquid, delivering calories that provide zero nutritional value. We see this primarily in sodas, commercial sports beverages, and processed fruit drinks. What our bodies were built to process as a rare, seasonal reward has been engineered into the largest single source of added sugar in the human diet, driving a modern chronic disease crisis. Researchers tracked the daily habits of over 42,000 men across a 20-year period in a massive study published by the American Heart Association journal, Circulation. This graph charts the long-term clinical risk. It reveals that consuming a single 12-ounce sugar-sweetened beverage a day correlates directly to a steep 20% higher risk of coronary heart disease. That 20% risk increase remained perfectly steady even after researchers statistically removed other major factors. Whether a participant smoked, had a family history of heart issues, or rarely exercised, the beverage penalty persisted. Because of the underlying biological mechanism at play, you cannot simply hit the gym and exercise away the damage caused by that daily drink. Yet our commercial environment routinely links these concentrated sugars to peak physical performance, normalizing daily consumption even for highly active individuals. At the individual level, a daily sugary drink operates as a direct vector for long-term heart disease, entirely distinct from a simple, manageable caloric surplus. When we scale that individual behavior up to the national level, the numbers become catastrophic. A computer simulation mapped out the American population during the massive beverage boom between 1990 and 2000, when shelves like these rapidly expanded. This map tracks the immediate epidemiological fallout from that single decade of increased consumption. The supply spike directly triggered 130,000 new cases of diabetes and 14,000 new cases of coronary heart disease. A diagnosis is only the beginning of the human toll. Clinical researchers use a metric called burdened life years to measure the extended suffering and reduced quality of life that follows a chronic illness. Look at the timeline scale here. The model calculates that those beverages added 1.4 million burdened life years from diabetes, plus another 50,000 from heart disease. That physical toll carries a massive financial weight. The new heart disease cases alone generated an estimated $300 to $500 million in excess medical costs. A deliberate shift in how our food is manufactured took millions of individual beverage purchases and compounded them into a $500 million medical crisis, requiring complex medical intervention. The environment itself is structurally rigged against consumers. Right now, over 80% of the top restaurant chains automatically include a sugary drink as the default option on their children's menus. One proven systemic solution is to flip that default. By making milk and water the standard options in kids' meals, we drastically reduce passive consumption. Economics offer another powerful countermeasure. The UCSF model demonstrated that implementing a 1 cent per ounce tax on these beverages would drop overall consumption by 10% and save a projected $170 million in healthcare costs over a decade. To build a personal defense strategy, leading medical institutions have established strict daily limits for added sugars. They recommend a maximum of 150 empty calories a day for men and 100 for women. For children, the boundary is much tighter. The recommendation is no more than 1 8-ounce sugary drink for the entire week. Navigating the grocery store means reading the ingredients list and looking for hidden concentrations. A simple rule is to check for any ingredient ending in the letters OSE, like sucrose or fructose. You don't have to eliminate every sweet food from your diet, but surviving an environment engineered to overfeed you requires drawing a hard line. We have to definitively stop drinking our added sugars.